Hold on. Hold on. Be strong. Yeah.
Life has several transitions.
Amen.
And you can be really good at what you do right now, but trust and believe another transition is coming. And the thing that everybody praises you for and the thing that everybody looks up at you for, when the transition comes, if you don't learn how to transition successfully, you're going to be stuck.
Amen.
You're going to be stuck talking about, I was better then. I was a better Christian then.
Amen.
I had to learn. I was a Christian in high school. But then high school was over. And when certain things will come up, I had certain defenses. I would say stuff like, man, I can't. I can't. I gotta go home. You know, my parents, you know. You know how my parents, I would go. I really would go. I would have hey, but man, my mama gonna be tripping. So I gotta, that was my defense. Then I went to college. And I can't say my mama, you know my dad, because there's nobody around. Now it's just me. So the thing that caused me to be a good Christian here, and I had several defenses here, now I'm flunking here. And I don't understand. And now I have this longing to go back. And now some of us, we don't move forward in life because you say, I was better here. But the problem is, you didn't adjust to the transition. See, David, you're not in war anymore. You're not in war anymore. But now you want to build, but your hands up, you don't know how to transition. God said, listen, I gotta even go start with another generation. See, listen, you're still in war. I wonder, a lot of gentlemen who came home from Vietnam, they had problems because they would come home and they would go to sleep, and in the middle of the night they would have these nightmares because they felt like they were still in the bush, and there were families and wives who had difficulty because they would be woken up in the middle of the night and saying, listen, you're not there anymore. You're not there anymore. Hey, listen, that paranoia, that feeling that you had that somebody was coming, you needed that in wartime. You needed that in wartime.
Amen.
But when the war was over, see, you had to hustle like that because that's the house that you grew up in.
Amen.
You had to sell drugs because you tell yourself, hey, we had to eat. I didn't know any other option. Okay, go ahead. If that's the state that you were in and it was a messed up situation and you say, hey, listen, I did what I had to do to survive. If you don't walk in those shoes, I can't judge you. That's that time. But you ever had to tell somebody, you ain't in the hood no more? Hey, listen, you don't live there. Somebody say, hey, listen, in my neighborhood, hey, listen, you're not in that neighborhood, you're in the colony. This is the colony. We don't do this in the colony. We don't ride like that in the, you know. And where you come from, you had to walk down the street like that. You had to mug everybody. You had not to trust. You had to put up walls. You had to create certain rules because when you're in certain environments, there are certain rules that you have to live by in order to be successful. But you're not there anymore. And there are some people who can't move on in life because they don't know how to transition. You can be going so well and everything in your house can be going so wonderful, and then all of a sudden a curve comes. And when that curve comes, you say, you know, okay, now I have a child. Oh, well, wait a minute. Now I got to deal with this illness. Okay, no, wait a minute. Now I got to deal with less money. No, wait a minute. Now I got to take care of more people. Wait a minute, now I used to be at this job all my life and I was really good, but now I moved to a different place and there are different rules. And there are some people who are very frustrated at life because you're not good in the transitions.
Amen.
And I realize life has several transitions because what is good in your your teens is not good in your 20s. And what's good in your 20s is no longer successful in your 30s. And what is successful in your 30s is not good in your 40s. And on and on. Life has many transitions. And you have to learn how to change the rules when you get to a new stage in your life. Have you ever hit a new stage in your life and said, that ain't funny no more? You hit a different stage in your life. And you know what? The same thing happens in relationships. The same thing happens in relationships, whether it's friendship or romantic. The thing that was wonderful at the beginning, then life will hit a curve. And then you got to learn how to be friends on the curve. So I realize we have to walk with God every day. You know why? Because you don't know when your next curve is coming. So I realize, do you know what stage you're in? Someone said, Brother Williams, it's so hard. I feel like I'm just knocking my head and what used to work is not working anymore. See, you used to come in and bust in and say a joke or two and everything was okay. But now all of a sudden, that doesn't work anymore. You used to just give a hug and pat say, oh, it's a little boo-boo, but they don't work anymore. So you can't pat me on the back and then rub my knee because I got a boo-boo. They don't work anymore. Give me some medicine. Don't kiss it. I'm hurt. Things have changed.
I've been there myself, it's true. When it seems like the tears you cry are like a rainbow.